All right. Let's make sure.
Okay.
Let's make sure we're live.
Okay, yeah, it shows that we're live on. I can see it.
Perfect.
I'm
All
going
right.
to copy link, put it in.
Let's give everyone time to hop on. Oh, Josh is here.
Hello, I watched your guys' video this past week about
really?
swapping the books. Yep.
I saw that she posted the content warnings for the second book.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, so I sent them to Josh and he was just like, oh boy.
I still haven't read it.
You have to.
I will. It's somewhere. Oh, I think it's in this pile of books, but yeah, I'm going to.
So good. Yeah, even if Josh likes it, then you'll definitely like it. Because he's very picky.
So is he like your barometer? He's like, okay, if he likes these, okay.
Oh, for sure. All right, when you guys hop on, come say hi. I'm very excited to talk about this book.
Gosh, I
feel like we have so much to talk about with this one because so much happens. Like,
yes,
she was not kidding when she called it like an epic love story. Like, she was not kidding.
Yeah.
There's so many layers.
Oh my, I know. You think like, okay, one thing's happening. And then as the book keeps going, like you realize, oh, there was so many people at play.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh my, these poor people.
Yes.
Give them a break.
Hi, Lori.
Hi, Lori.
Welcome, welcome.
Oh, I don't mind my allergies today.
Oh no.
Like my eyes have just been like watering and I'm like, great.
Ugh.
So it was like, no makeup today. I'm fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's definitely a no makeup day.
Yeah. It's Friday. I was like, I've worn it all week. I'm like, nah, I'm done. Give my skin a break.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my.
All right. Well, I guess we can get started. Should we start with our ratings?
Oh gosh, sure. You can go first since it's your channel.
Okay. Well, I decided to give it a 5-star.
Oh yay!
Yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna hold it up.
So much of a whirlwind. Like I feel like if I give it anything less than that, I feel like I'm insulting the author because I feel like she just put so much into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave it like
5-star.
a 6. If I can even like go that high. Like honestly, I believe this is going to be like a favorite of the year.
Really?
I don't know if anything's going to top how I felt reading it.
Yeah.
Because like for me, it's a whole experience. Like
yes.
And I wanted to throw my Kindle. I wanted to scream. I wanted to like throw up. I wanted to do all the things.
Yes.
And I cried and I was like, okay, at the end, I just don't see myself. Now, I could be wrong and something else could come along this year that's like blows my mind. But so far, yeah.
Yeah.
So 6 stars. I don't give 6 stars. So it technically was a 5. But if I could give 6,
it's a 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's just hard to have such a heavy hitter like so early on in the year, you know?
Yeah. So I don't know. He can sit there and stare at us.
I need to get the physical copy now.
Oh my.
I do love the cover. I love people on the covers.
Okay. You know me, I do not like discreet covers.
Yeah. I'll take a man on the cover any day.
Yeah. I don't care.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are like, I don't want people to know what I'm reading, but I don't care.
Yeah. Read what you want to read, people.
Yeah.
It's 2024.
It's so short. Life's too short to care.
Exactly.
Like, ooh, 4.5.
Ooh, okay. 4.5. Okay. I can get behind that.
Anything
Everybody else drop what you rated it in the comments. Yeah, I just feel like it was just so emotional. Like, I think you were even talking about it on your Instagram stories, like the visceral reactions.
Yeah.
Like, I can't think of it, like,
Yeah.
You literally felt everything with them. Like, you were giddy, you were, like, embarrassed when they were embarrassed, you
Mhm.
were, like, mad and sad. Yeah. Okay,
Better
Josh
than
said
Twisted
friend.
Love, but not as good as Dom. See, I
Oh,
feel like you can't compare it to Dom because, like, Dom, I don't
that
know.
was just crazy. Dom was, like,
Yeah.
more entertaining, like
Yes. But I feel like at an emotional level,
yeah,
this book tops Dom
mhm,
because he was just so out there. Dom was just out there. And
yeah,
this to me, this isn't, like, dark, and I know Dom's supposed to be dark, but Dom wasn't very dark either.
right, yeah,
Um, but so, like, to me, it's 2 different categories, like, I can't compare the 2.
yeah. I
So,
feel like this one had, like, a stronger romance, like, obviously, like,
yeah.
they were soulmates, like, there's no
Yes.
question, like, you knew when they met when they were 13, like,
Yeah.
these 2 are meant to be, even if for some reason it wasn't a romance book and it wasn't a happily ever after, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
even if you didn't have that genre in your head going into it, you knew that they would at least be, like, friend soulmates,
Yeah.
if nothing
And
else.
I honestly reading this book, I was not certain if we were gonna have an HEA at a certain point in the book, and
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk about, spoilers, but, like, at one point in the book when I was like, "Oh, no. Oh,
I
no."
literally wrote down, so I was showing Katie, I literally, like, took notes, and some of them it's, like, all caps, like, "F this person," and and one of the things that I wrote, hold on, where did I put it? I was like, "Wait, why does it say love story and not romance?" Because you know how, like, people usually make that distinction, like, if something doesn't have an
Oh,
HEA, they're like, "Oh, it's not
yes.
a romance, but it is a love story."
Oh,
I've
yes.
heard people do that before, so I was, like, probably halfway through the book, and I noticed it says love story on the front, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Wait a damn minute."
Oh, see, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together with that.
Yeah, that made me really nervous.
Huh.
Yeah, I did have a mini breakdown. I did have to ask Josh because he read it before I did. And
Oh, what was, his, star rating? What did he rate it?
oh yeah, did you rate it on Goodreads or anything?
Because I would be interested. I mean, he loved Dom, so maybe it won't be a 5-star. Maybe it's like a
Yeah,
4.
maybe like I'm predicting a 3.
Really? That hurts.
Yeah. Let's see. Is he gonna tell us?
Maybe he doesn't know. He's just gonna leave us hanging.
Yeah. But I did have to ask him for a spoiler while I was reading because I was like, if this person dies, I will
Ah,
not be okay. You know? So, like, I
yeah.
did have to ask him. I was like, "Am I gonna be okay?" And he's like, "Yes, you're fine." I was like, "Okay. All right." And then I'm
Okay,
gonna keep reading.
I had nobody. I had to I'm out here
He did.
and I'm, like, yelling at my sister. I'm like, "I can't do this." And she's like, "You need to get done that book." I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "'Cause you're driving me crazy."
Exactly. It was
So I
such a
kept reading,
roller
I'm like
coaster.
I was giving her, like, details of what was going on. She didn't read the book, and I'm like,
No.
"This is going on. Now this." And I'm like, "Oh, now this part." And she's like, "Just finish the book. I'm tired."
Like, I'm trying. Oh.
3?
Yep, he said 3. But was this the same length as Dom?
Mhm. I don't
How long was Dom?
let me see. I don't have a physical copy of Dawn, that's pretty bad.
Oh,
Um,
Josh isn't alone.
oh, let's see.
Oh.
Okay, Dom is 496, so it's 100 pages
Oh,
longer than
100
this.
okay. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's
But
fair.
again, like, either book, I didn't feel like I was reading that long of a book, but I don't know. Maybe I was just so much in love with this book that it was like, I don't care.
Yeah. This one
But
definitely felt longer, like, I think what made it feel longer is, like, the frustration of, like, "Oh my gosh, they're still going through stuff," or, like, "They're still not together," like, I guess that part, like, I could definitely see
yeah.
that. Because obviously, like, that did make it frustrating to read at times because 'cause you're just like, "Oh,
Yeah.
still?" Like
Yeah, we're like 20 years into this friendship and we're
Yeah,
still not together.
exactly.
I don't even know how many times they were. Let me see. So they were together, they were friends, and then they got together, then they broke up.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then the years go by and they see each other again after she gets out of college. So that's like second time. And they break up again. And then they're always like seeing each other though. So it's not like a solid breakup because like if he's in town,
Yeah.
he comes to see. So it's like I don't know until like the definitive moment where they can't like be together anymore because of something. And
Yeah.
I'm not getting spoilers yet, so when we will,
I know. I feel like it's hard to give tropes for this book too because I was like, does this count as second chance? Like,
third, fourth, fifth, I don't.
I I don't know how to call it. It's
Yeah.
definitely friends to lovers. It
Yes.
definitely has friends to lovers. But because it's such a long time period, like they go through so many like
Yeah.
phases of their life together.
And I was thinking, I'm like, I can't even call it like right person, wrong time because it's technically not the time. It's like other circumstances in their life
Yeah.
that's causing like whether it's some person, and
I
then
think
you
that would still
realize,
count.
yeah. I mean, I guess I
I
guess it's
don't know.
I don't know, but soulmates, I do like that. Is that a trope? Could that be a trope? I've never really
I don't know.
fated mates, but they're not like what it was
Different-
in anything.
yeah, it felt
You
like it.
know.
It
Uh,
definitely felt like it.
okay. So do we want to like get into any like spoilers or
Yeah, I think
okay.
I mean, I feel like we're gonna have to.
I
Well, let
feel
me see
like
what
yeah,
other
there's
questions
only
we could talk about, I guess, without spoilers. Like, is it what you were expecting?
yeah, okay. So had not heard of this book until I was watching Cheyenne's channel from that tall book girl.
Mhm.
And she had mentioned it was like I guess it was December or November. She's like, this is so good. This is like an epic love story. And I'm like, huh, okay. I'll add it to my like 12 books of 2024 I want to read. And
Mhm.
then when we were just discussing like what do you want to read next? And I'm like, here, you want to read that? And she was like, okay. So I don't think I
Yeah.
went in with like high expectations, but I kind of was hoping that it was going to be like a really good read for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I
I
don't
did see
know.
a couple people say it was like their top book of 2023. So like I kind of figured it was gonna be one of those things where it was like more like impactful. Like I knew it wasn't just gonna be like fluffy. Like I knew it was gonna be heavy.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it definitely delivered on
Yes.
that.
Yeah. And I mean, there's some triggers that I feel like could be triggering to people
Mhm.
depending. Um, and I don't think that's talked about at the I don't think there was any triggers at the beginning.
I don't
Maybe
think so either. But it's hard because when you read it in Kindle, sometimes it
yeah.
skips ahead. So I actually
Um,
don't know.
no. No triggers. There's a playlist, but no
I feel
triggers.
like
But
one of the triggers is a major spoiler, so I feel like we can't even
yeah.
say
So
it.
that's where I'm
Like,
always like, ugh, when I'm doing videos. So I
yeah.
will like list them in the description now because I
Yeah.
feel like some triggers are spoilers and some people need that, but I just would prefer like not knowing because if I knew, I I don't know. It just would have been totally different read for me, I think.
Mhm.
So,
Although I did have a feeling that that's what it was, like, throughout, but still, like, you
oh,
still don't know till the
really?
very end.
Like if we're talking about the same one, I don't think I had like an inkling.
Yeah, when she well, I think we can at least say that she was hospitalized, right? Like, we can
Yes.
at least say that.
Yeah. So, but like I just assumed it was because of the breakup and that she was just really like she just
Yeah, like,
went
mental
through
health reasons.
yes, and
Yeah.
I so like when she was telling the story at the end of like what happened during the hospital because the grandfather kept saying, "I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell him why you were hospitalized."
That's
And I'm
when
like,
I was
"Tell
like,
him then." I'm
"Hmm."
like, "Then tell him. Mental health's not an issue. Like just
Yeah.
tell him." But
I was like,
yeah,
"There's
so
gotta be
one
something else."
yeah. So I didn't catch on any of like I was reading that and I just it didn't click like, oh, it could be something else. I'm like, just tell him then.
Yeah.
It wasn't his fault she got depressed. It's okay. But
Mhm.
no, it was the other thing. And
Yeah.
oh that man.
I
That
know.
man and her stepmom. Okay.
Ugh, they were crazy.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
see, I actually liked her stepmom.
I mean, yeah.
At
She
like,
until she
yeah,
dies, and then you find out all this stuff.
yeah.
I was like, "Oh my gosh."
Mhm. I was like, "I thought I
Mm,
could trust you.
right?
Now I don't know anything."
Yeah. And then okay, so I guess we should just, like, kinda let's just start with the beginning. Like, this is such a long book. Okay, so they meet when they're 13. They're
Yes.
at this school. They but which is funny because like, when they start talking, like, it's never once, like, assumed that he didn't get in. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna get in." And I'm like, "Well, what about you, sir? Are you gonna" they're like, "Oh, he just" they're worried
Yeah.
about her getting in, but he's like, "Mm, yeah,
No, he was like the prodigy,
yeah,
like his grandfather was already like
yes."
it.
What's his name? I can't remember his name.
I don't remember because they kept calling him Maestro too,
Yeah.
so it
Was it
kept
like
throwing me
it
off.
was like Emilio? Emile
Emil, I think. Emil.
von der Paradise or something? I don't know. I'm not
Yeah.
I I'm not but yeah. So, like but when they were, like, emailing back and forth and doing all this stuff, it's never once, like, a worry that he's gonna get in. She's like, "I don't know if I'm gonna get in," and he's just like, "Oh, you'll get in. We don't care
Yes.
about me. I'm just" but
Mhm.
so they get in, become friends, and they're friends up until, I guess, age 17, around 17, 18, around there, and I have to remember that this is all set in, like, the 90s, which was I liked. It was very interesting to read
Yes.
about that.
I love how they
Um
were communicating via email and, like,
Yes.
they exchanged, like, their AOL usernames or whatever. I was like, "Oh my god, how cute is that?" And
Yeah.
she had to
So
give him her house number, like, because she didn't have a
but
cell
he had a
phone.
cell. He was, like, so rich, he had, like, one of those big old block cell phones.
Yeah.
What is the prologue? I can't remember.
So the prologue is
Okay.
actually, like,
Yes.
he's, like,
The
his wife,
yes.
and there was an accident. So, yeah, the prologue is, like, already,
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was wondering, I was like, when is this gonna come to play? Like, in the book? When are we getting back to the prologue? Because I knew that he was with someone else, but he was with her. So, like, I
Mhm.
knew they weren't gonna technically be together, but I knew there was gonna be an HEA because Cheyenne had said there was, but I was just like, when are we getting there and how
Yeah.
are we getting there was the question. But yeah, the prologue was really good. I
Yeah.
did like that. Because then it's like, okay, we love the prologue and then we're back to and I do love like how each section I hate my camera. Okay, how each section is like a movement. First
Yeah,
movement,
that was
second. Yeah.
cute.
Okay. But we're back when they're kids. So I think they get
Mhm.
together.
Was it, like, when they were juniors or
It's I can't
sophomores?
remember. It's not freshman year. It's got to be like I know it's before 9/11 because that's like
Mhm.
a big deal in the book. Like
Mhm.
he comes so many blocks to like come get her, take her back to
Yeah.
his house, and then like
That
that's
part
when
was
like
hard to read. That should definitely be a trigger that,
yeah,
like, 9/11 is, like, heavily part of it,
yeah,
especially because the setting is New York.
yeah. I'm surprised that wasn't. Yeah, there's no triggers in here at all. You're just supposed to go in blind, I guess,
Yeah.
and just not.
I had to take a break after reading that part. I
It
was
was
like,
very
"Whoa," like
yeah.
yeah, that part was intense.
Because I mean, like I remember where I was the day that that happened.
Mhm.
Like I'm I think I was 7th grade, and it was, like, in social studies, which was fitting because I guess we were learning about stuff but either way.
Yeah.
So it was yeah, I was 12 when it happened, so don't tell me you were how old were you when that happened? How old were you?
I was in 1st grade.
It's fine, I'm old. No. Oh, I don't how old was my sister? She was 8. So, yeah, but that is very it's, like, a good chapter in the book, and then, like, every year after that, they kind of, like, connect, and they always connect on
Mhm.
their birthdays because their birthdays are Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that was a cute touch, I think. That
I
was really
love that.
cute.
He
Yeah,
says
jumping.
he did not anticipate the 9/11 section, but yeah. I didn't even think about it either, really,
Mhm.
that it was gonna be well, I guess I didn't know if we were gonna get up to 2011, if there was gonna be a jump between, but so we get to the 9/11 scene, and that's where, like, she kind of is like, "Okay, we don't know if we're gonna have tomorrow," so they finally,
Yeah,
like, get
they were,
together
like, all
instantly.
in.
Yeah, and from there, they date for a little bit longer, I
Mhm.
think, and then he starts kinda like okay, I think she kinda self-sabotages herself a little bit because she thinks that he is gonna be like her dad in a way, and I think the
Mhm.
relationship with her dad, her mom, and her stepmom played a big role in how she saw the world and how she thought relationships, she didn't want that and all this stuff. So I really think like she stopped. I don't want to say like she did anything, but she did kind of like pull away a little bit and she started
Mhm.
like accusing him. Where were you? Were you with her? Blah, 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 blah. And I think along with that and him being pressured by, I'm sure, Grandpa Emil, we love him. He was just like, okay, we need to
He's a
take a
piece of
break.
work.
Yeah. He's like, "We need to take a break. I need to focus on, getting this piece down, and then, we're focusing on, like, Juilliard," or whatever it was. So
Mhm.
they break up, and that just kind of breaks her. So what we think
Yeah,
when you're reading it, now going back, we know, but reading at the time, you're like, "Okay, that's what broke her." So she
yeah.
leaves, she gets
She
hospitalized for a
starts, like,
little
a whole
while.
new life for herself.
Yeah, and then we get the time jump. I know is it I don't even know how many years it is. Is it
I think it's, like, 4?
I think.
Because it was when they're done with college, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because I
so
think it's, like, her senior year where she leaves LaGuardia?
yeah,
That's the name of the school they were at? Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And she just, like, totally starts a new life in Philadelphia,
Yeah,
and
PA, somewhere in PA.
yeah.
And she and the one friend, what's his name? Like
Gabriel!
yes, that
Poor
poor
Gabriel. I felt so bad
like,
for him.
he needs his own book. I
He
need to
needs
know
his
what,
own
like,
book.
that poor boy goes through some stuff that he's not
I
even
know.
aware of that
Mm-mm.
happened. Oh my gosh. So the time jump happens. We know that Gabriel comes and sees her like every weekend, and then he's got a cousin named Sarah. Is it Sarah?
Mhm. Mhm.
Sarah. We'll get there.
That's what I wrote.
Sarah.
Fuck Sarah.
I, know, I knew it had to be her that you wrote it down.
God.
Okay, yeah. She's a piece of work as well.
Oh my god.
Um, but yeah, so
She's
we're
worse than
getting
all of them.
I I don't know what her problem is. Like she needs help or something.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, see poor
Yeah,
Gabriel.
poor I know. I wrote that too. Poor Gabriel.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I know we're like we can't see work.
Like, he wasn't a bad guy.
No. He loved someone that didn't love him the same way that he loved her
Mhm.
and then he had just a crazy cousin
Crazy,
Sarah.
crazy, crazy.
Yeah. So we get the time jump. She goes back to New York. I don't know why, just to live. I think she's going to go back and try.
She gets a job doing
Right.
something that
Is
she
it
thinks
like,
is, like, she can't say no kind of
yeah.
job, I think.
Is it the Lion King Orchestra the
I
first
don't
time?
remember.
I can't remember, but she gets in some like orchestra.
Mhm, mhm.
And then when she's in New York, she sees Maestro now, because that's technically, okay, he says Lion King. I think it was Lion King. Because she was in Lion King, she does
Yeah.
Hamilton for a little bit. Like she was like in
I know, I
everything.
can't keep track. She had so many
Yeah.
jobs.
Um, so he's now, I guess, considered Maestro because
Mhm.
he's like pretty famous now. Um, and they meet up and they kind of start a romance again a little bit. He gets sent down to Buenos Aires. Is that
Mhm,
where it's
mhm. Yeah.
at? To kind of conduct their orchestra. She comes down and stays with them, and they're doing great until they're not doing great because I'm pretty sure that's when grandfather Emil comes and gives her like a talking to.
Yeah, because when he
Yeah,
first
because he
got the
comes to the
job
dinner and
offer,
stuff, and yeah.
yeah, because when he first got the job offer, even he was like, "I don't even know if I should take it." But she was like, "No, like you have to, like, you know, you can't
Yeah.
say no to this opportunity, you know."
Yeah.
So they agreed to kind of like do long distance for, you know, the couple of years that he's going to
Yeah.
do that. And I think until she was done with her contract, I guess.
Yes.
Is that
Yeah,
what
that
it
was it.
was?
Yeah.
And then she was going to go live with him or whatever. But
Yep.
then, yeah.
So,
Yeah. I was so
I
mad at her for
yeah.
letting a little old man keep them from being together.
I do agree that, like, if they just would have, like, communicated, and
Yes.
she could have been like, "This is what he said." We could
Yes.
have bypassed this whole book, and I get that.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I get it. I but I guess we just yeah.
Like, obviously, like, we're going to keep fighting for them
Yeah.
because you just can't deny that they are supposed to be, like, they can't be with anybody else.
No.
They have to be with
After
each other.
yeah.
So I
He's
think
and
that's how she
stuff
kept
he
us.
says the stuff he says to her, like, "You're the one, you're the girl, you're her." I'm like, "Sir, stop it." Because it's just like, it doesn't matter who you get with at this point, because no one's gonna be her, and he says that.
Yeah.
And, oh, my heart, it hurts.
Yeah. It was definitely very clear that this was like their first love.
Yeah.
And it was like a young love. You know, I feel like they definitely go through those things. And you're just like, really? I,
Mhm.
I don't know. I think like I personally took his side for most of the book. I feel like he didn't, other than when he first broke things off in high school, I feel like every other time it like wasn't his fault.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I'm trying to think. So, it was high school. The second time was her
Mm-hmm.
through good old grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't think they're really ever technically together again.
I think they basically were, but
But
then
there's not
Sarah
like a yeah, I
said
don't know if
that
they're, like,
she
titled together, but, like,
I
they
don't
kept
know.
seeing each other, like, just whenever they were in the same vicinity,
Yeah.
because they just couldn't stay away, and then Sarah comes and
Ruined
asks
everything.
asks her if she can get, like, an in with him so she could do an interview, and that interview, just changes the trajectory of everything that happens after. So we all
Mhm.
know that Sarah gets pregnant by Chad, as far as we know, at the time. And being the great guy that he is, well, no, I thought at the time, I'm like, why is he marrying her? I'm like, is he that good of a guy that he has to marry the person that's having his baby? I'm like, that's what I thought. I'm like, wow, he's just okay. He's old fashioned. Maybe I was like, that's just what it is. So I'm like, you don't have to marry her. Like, I know you don't love her.
Yeah.
And he kept trying to say it like, I can't, but he couldn't say why he had to marry her. He's like,
Mhm.
just give me like 6 or how many years it was,
6 years,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's like, I can't, I'm like, okay, 6 years.
Yeah.
Um, but then she asks her to be in the wedding. And I'm like, oh, you've got some nerve.
And she went!
Well, I mean, I think I
I
would.
could not.
I don't know. Like, I think I probably would have to, just to be like, I don't. But the
If
fact that
I went, I would be throwing hands. Like, I would be causing, like, so much trouble. I would not be, like, I don't know how she did it.
I don't know. Maybe I get well. Technically, she was pregnant, so maybe she couldn't like throw hands. Like.
Yeah,
But
I guess.
yeah. So they get married. They have the baby. She goes and sees the baby. I'm trying to remember the baby's name.
Starts with an A, right?
I think. So does hers, but don't ask me how to pronounce hers. I think I said it every which way that it really is the whole time I was reading the book.
What was his name?
Where is my book? I just have. Oh, here. Whoa. Okay. Let's see.
Didn't it start with an A, like Aster or something like that?
I want to go to the epilogue because I know it's in here. Oh gosh, it's kind of Aster. You're right.
Oh, yay! Okay.
You're right.
I remembered something.
Yeah. So she becomes the godmother.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was cute. I did like how it was almost like they got to be friends again.
Yeah. Because that's really all they could be. I mean,
yeah.
It was Sarah.
Yeah.
So
and
like
then poor Gabriel again, because then at this point she decides to be Gabriel since she can't be with Chad.
Good old second choice Gabriel. And like I think he knew that too. Like he knew that he was second choice, and I think that's kind of probably what played into him like cheating on her. But
yeah, it was just a
she
bad.
Just didn't care either. She was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Because the feelings weren't there. But I think he treated her. He would have treated her like gold, but they just weren't meant to be.
Yeah.
So
he even had like that painting of her in his house.
Yeah. And like I would have liked to like get a visual of him, because like we get a visual of him because we can see. But like she said, he wasn't bad looking either. So I'm like thinking very like artsy. He always had a beanie. So I'm thinking like
like the flannel shirts I think he wore, like hipster kind of.
That's what I was getting, like the vibes I was getting in my head. I'm like, okay, he kind of looks like this.
Yeah.
Compared to him. I'm sorry. I can't stop. He's so gorgeous.
Didn't she say that he looked like Enrique Iglesias or something like that?
Yes. People got those vibes. See, you remember so much more than I do. It's scary.
I didn't read it until last week also.
That's true. I read it the week before. So I have a little But okay. So we're at the part had the baby. And all during this. What is okay, I'm not going to excuse.
That's right. But he didn't know that it was his baby.
That was that I was like, ma'am, you need to go to jail.
Like, this is another level.
So I'm like, when she says that, okay, spoiler if you don't know, we're going to tell you. So Gabriel is the real father of Sarah's baby. When that was like brought to light, I'm like, hold up a second. I'm like, what's going on with this family? What's going on? And then she says what really happened. I'm like, ma'am, you need to go to jail. That's like
craziness.
Yeah.
Like, you're not even there for your son. And then you make this guy believe it's his son. Like, 6 years you think someone is your son.
Yeah.
And then they just take that away. Yeah. I can't even imagine.
That scene when he's like, you need to sign the papers. And she's like, he's not your son. I'm like, oh, dear Lord. Like, I had an inkling. Well, my sister had an inkling. So I was talking to Paige before this. And, like, my sister had play-by-play of, like, the whole book because I just had to talk to somebody. So my sister's like, what if it's not his? And I'm like, no. I feel like, well, she's just, she was like, well, what if? And I'm like, no, I think Sarah's too vindictive. It's his. Like, you know, and then it wasn't. And I'm just thinking, jail. Like, straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
I figured it out when they got married.
Dang. See, like, I definitely was, like, hoping. I was like, it can't be. Can't be. Well, like, but it is his baby. Like, clearly it is.
Well, yeah, because they're like, he looks so much like Gabriel, and he does all of his mannerisms. And I'm like, well, maybe he just hangs out with him so much. You know, because, like, that, like, they watched him a lot. Because, like, she was gone. And he was gone doing stuff. But, so, with that scene where she's like, I'm not signing the papers. I like this deal. I'm thinking, oh my God, if you don't sign the papers, I'm going to have a fit at this point reading the books. So I'm like, no, okay, we did the whole 6 years. We're done.
Yeah.
And that is what leads to the prologue, pretty much. Because he gets upset. He leaves, gets in the car accident. And I thought when he says that like there was a child and like he swerves. I'm guessing like maybe he's thinking it in his head, but I'm like, oh my god, he just hit his kid. I'm like,
Oh god, could you
people think,
imagine?
yeah. So my brain was going like everywhere, but he did not. But that's where my brain went.
Yeah, because at this
like,
point,
you
what
have
else
enough
could
way.
happen?
Exactly. So, but he didn't. But all
Yeah.
while this is going on, we're also like bypassing a very big part of like the book with, I don't know how to say her name, and I said it Aurelia, or however you
I
say
think it's
her name.
Aurelia.
Aurelia, okay. Because I think I said it differently in my head every time I read it. But, yes, we will get to that. So so she kind of gets really close with her stepmom because like her mom gets remarried. You know, things are going really well for her mom, but her stepmom gets sick and kind of gets really close with her. And we find out that stepmom did some things to keep them away from each other when she was in college, and kind of like got into cahoots with grandpa Emil.
That threw me. I was like, no, not
Yeah.
Priscilla, because I liked her. I liked how she was just like,
Yes.
fuck everybody, you know, whatever. Like, I liked her. And I can even understand what she did when she was hospitalized and in college. Like, I wasn't even mad about that part, you
Yeah.
know, because she really did feel like she was protecting her. But when I found out that her and the grandpa made up the whole orchestra,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, hell no. That pissed me off. I was so mad.
Well, I mean, I just at that point, I was like, of course. Like, I mean, I'm like, everyone and their mother does not want these people to be together.
Literally.
So at this point, I was like, I'm not even surprised now.
Yeah.
Like, I was mad, but I'm like, I can't even be surprised.
Yeah.
You've got to be kidding me.
So I was like, okay, so everybody sucks.
Yeah.
The other one who didn't suck was her mom.
Yeah. Oh gosh, her mom was, yeah. I did like her mom. She was there for her.
Yeah.
She like worked the nurse's shift. Then she went to all her auditions and all her things, and she was. I'm glad she got with someone that cared
the
for
young
her.
doctor. I was like, okay, age gap.
Yes, of course, their story. I could read that.
Yeah, I also wrote that down. I was like, I want Isabel's book with the young doctor.
I think this is like, she's only written 3 books. So she has a duet that she wrote before this.
Oh, yeah, about his brothers.
Yeah.
The twins.
Yeah, and about like the girl.
Mm-hmm.
That
and I appreciate that there was no spoiler about that.
Yes.
I appreciate
We never know. We just never know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, interesting. But yeah. So the dream sequence.
That's when I had to ask Josh. I was like, Joshua, does he die?
That's where I started bawling my eyes out. Because I'm like, okay,
that's it.
He's gone. And yeah.
It was so hard to read. Even though I knew it wasn't real, I was still like,
well, lucky for you.
Yeah, I know. I cheated. I cheated.
Some of us had to really feel those feelings. I mean,
oh my god.
I didn't know until finally, like, she started, like, at the end of the dream, she could hear like the beep, beep, beep. I'm like, oh, thank God. I was like, but still after that, there's still like the hurdle of them getting back together, him kind of coming out of like learning how to use his hand again and walk and all this stuff. And I'm like, God, just give him a break.
I know. I was like, just let them be happy.
But I did like when she goes to Sarah with the papers and she's like, you're going to sign these papers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm going to give you this, and then you're going to like get out of our lives forever. Yeah. And then Sarah's like,
no excuse.
Yeah.
And then everything.
Sarah's like, no, you can't have everything. I'm like, dear Lord, lady,
please.
1, Gabriel's your cousin. Just get it through your head. Like, let it go. She is so vindictive, all because like Gabriel liked her and not her.
Mm-hmm.
It's illegal. It just can't be.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting hot. I get so upset.
I know. She's literally the worst.
Oh, everyone was mad at Priscilla for that. I tell
Yeah.
you.
Now, do you think that if she knew about the letters, would that have even made a difference? I feel like it wouldn't have, but I don't know.
I don't think so. I I don't think so.
Yeah. I was like, I feel like that wasn't really like a deal breaker. Like, I feel like even if you knew he was writing to you, you had still already made your new life
Yeah.
in Pennsylvania or whatever, and you were already like done. You know, you'd
Yeah.
already like close that door, try to move on for your well being or whatever. Like, did you really think he was just going to forget about you? Like,
Yeah.
you knew he was thinking about you. Come on.
Right. And I don't know if like she was so just traumatized from growing up with her dad and seeing how like her dad moved from woman to woman and
Yeah.
just had all these mistresses and then had her mom and then the
Mhm.
stepmom. And I think that always would have been like maybe in the back of her head, like, yeah, he's writing these, but it's like, I mean, I enjoyed reading them. I liked that we got a chance to like read
Yes.
them.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't think it would have made much of a difference until she read the last one where he's like, I'm coming, I found you, I'm coming to like see you, get you. And then she remembers back to that night when there was like a big commotion and someone like got arrested and she didn't know Priscilla.
Priscilla. God.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
he,
can't believe Priscilla betrayed us.
and I can't even be mad at her now because she died. But like, I was mad at her.
Yeah.
I was upset.
Mhm.
To be fair, we don't get much of his point of view,
Yeah.
and I admit, like the points of view that we do get, it's pretty much just like
Yeah.
I want her
Yeah.
to
I'm
die.
hard for her, like, yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
definitely wanted more
yeah, we
from his
probably could
point
have
of
just
view.
done with hers. I'm trying to think like if there was like a very meaningful point of view from him. Well, the prologue's in his point of view, not the prologue, the epilogue.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I did like that.
Yeah, so that was, and I think it was nice to like see. So we have Aster, and then they had two more kids after. Yeah, we're skipping a little bit. We're just went straight to the epilogue, but
Yeah.
and then there was like the documentary they were doing,
Yeah, it was
and
really
then
cute.
she became a maestra. Maestra. I guess it's a maestra because she's
Oh,
but
yeah.
yeah. So that was nice. Like I think that's. But the other chapters, you're right. I don't really think there was anything meaningful in them that was like, okay,
Mm-mm.
I needed to know this point of view.
Yeah.
So yeah. So where were we? The accident. He had the accident. Um, she signs the papers. All is. I think she signs the papers. I do know that. I don't
Yeah, she
remember when,
does
but yeah.
eventually.
And they move back in together, and she kind of helps him like rehabilitate,
Mhm.
because he's got to learn how to work his hand again, and he has to have surgery. He has to have brain surgery to begin with, and then he has to have another like nerve surgery or something.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and he just gets very cranky, very grumpy because he feels
Yeah,
like that's all he's good for is the music, and he
'cause it's
needs to
been
be
his
able to
whole
do that.
life.
Yeah. So, like, what finally kind of gets through to his head is when she tells him why she was hospitalized and what happened. And that's when we find out that she was, in fact, pregnant,
Back in
senior
high
year.
school.
Yeah. Back when, like, they broke up and she had ended up having a miscarriage, which is not a trigger. It is a trigger, but it's not listed as a trigger
Yeah,
in the book.
because it is a major
Yeah.
spoiler, but
It's
yeah.
I was like, "Oh, okay," like you said, you kinda picked up on it, you kinda knew. But how did you know? How did
Because
you
I
pick
was
up on
thinking,
it?
like, why would she care so much about him not finding out? Like, why would she keep it a secret, you know? But then I think and I could be mixing it up from a later part where she was thinking about it, but there was at one point she was like, "Oh, like, it would rec chat, or like she like was
Mm.
talking about like how it would affect him so much, and I'm like, oh,
Okay.
I
Maybe
think that's what
I
had
just
me
blew
thinking.
past it. I was just like, just stuck on like the mental health of it all. I'm like,
Yeah.
so I was like, and I get it. It was back in the 90s and like early 2000s where mental health
Mhm.
was still very stigmatized. I mean, it still is for some odd reason, but like back then it really was because no one really talked about it. So like, I just thought maybe that's what it was. I didn't even think, oh, she was,
Yeah. I figured
pregnant.
it was either that or she had like tried to end her life. I figured it was one of those two
Yes.
things. Because either one of those would have made him feel
Yeah.
guilty,
Yeah.
because he wasn't there for her. So I was like, it has to be something like that.
Yeah. So she had the miscarriage and then she went into like, what was it? Postpartum.
Deliria, I think.
Yes.
Delirium? Yeah.
And that's when they just took her to the, like she stayed in the, and then she met,
Oh, Agnes, I loved her.
yes,
She
her friend.
was
Her
great.
friend is just living it up. He's just like, yeah, I was with these two guys, and then they decided to get
Mhm.
together, so I just kind of left. Like, again, I need an Agnes book as well.
Yes, I want her book.
I
Yeah.
loved her.
Yeah, we need Isabel's book, Agnes,
Yes. This could
Gabriel.
be a whole series.
Also, like, their son, Aster. Could you imagine being Aster,
Mm-mm.
having 2 dads, and, like, not having a real mom, but then having, like, your new mom?
Right?
Your godmother's your mom now. Like, what could you imagine that poor child?
No. Like, I couldn't even imagine him finding out, like, why Gabriel's his dad. Like,
Yeah.
the mechanics behind what happened. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So she could definitely do a second gen.
She could.
That
She
poor
probably
kid.
won't, but, like, I don't think she's written anything in a couple years, so I don't know.
Oh
But
my god, when
yeah.
did this come out?
Um,
I thought this was new.
I don't know if it's new. Okay, 21?
Oh boy.
21. They just had like an anniversary book come out. It's a hardback and I saw it on, where did I see it? Pango Books. Might have been Pango Books.
Oh really?
Um, but it's like this, let me see if I can find it real quick.
And then when did her other one come out? Prelude. When did that come out? 2017. Oh
It's okay. I don't know if she's gonna have anything.
no. How long was it between those two books? Wait, I need to look. Okay, so the other one she wrote a year after.
Oh, okay, so there's like the
Oh, that's
hardcover.
pretty.
So it's her and it has like the New York City.
That's pretty. I like the purple,
Yeah.
but I like the male cover better.
I do too. I just think like when okay, so I saw the cover before I read the book. So like, of course, because it's on Kindle. So I kind of pictured this guy as I was reading.
Yeah.
But I mean, and if
Mhm.
they ever wanted to do this, I feel like, oh, what's his name? Not is it? Oh, the Skarsgård guy off of True Blood. I can't think of his name. Alex? Oh, I can't think of his name. But I feel like he kind of looks like
Yeah.
the guy from True Blood, and just put some tats on him.
Yeah.
And Bill, is it Bill, or is that the one who played Pennywise?
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about now. I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah. So one of them played Pennywise, one of them played a vampire on True Blood. But like, and I think he's a little probably too old. Well, he could play the older version of him
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, yeah. This guy. Wait, let me find a better picture.
Alex, yep.
These aren't the best pictures, but
No, but
so
like,
this is the one who played Pennywise.
yes.
Bill, whatever.
And then Alex is the brother. And he's Swedish, and he
Oh,
just
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he kind of
Okay.
has that look. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I could see that if they ever wanted to do a movie. I'm just saying.
Yes. I could totally see that.
And I don't know who would play her though. Yeah, see that's him.
Mhm.
It
Mhm.
works.
Yeah,
But I
who
don't
would
know who
be
would
her?
play
Because
her.
So she's like what, like half Filipino and half white, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to think if
Let's look up Filipino actresses.
we're just gonna cast the movie right here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Half, okay, well, people have already looked that on there. Actress. Let's see. I don't believe that's. I don't see that. I don't think that's right.
I don't know who this is, but doesn't she have blue eyes or something?
Yes, I think she's got like the same color he has, or it's like close. They could do contacts, I guess, if they had to.
Yeah. I don't know if this is Liz Soberano. Mm.
I doubt they'll ever do it, but if they wanted to, I would go see it.
Yes. There's options.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, so that's. Is there anything that we're missing?
Let me
And
look
there's
up.
so much that happens in the book.
I know.
Anything in your notes that we missed?
Let's see. The tattoo he got
Okay.
for her. I didn't realize how much I loved that micro trope until
Like
Dom,
yes.
and now this. And now I'm noticing it in like so many other books. I'm like, I love that.
Where like they get a tattoo that they don't know about. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Like a secret tattoo, like
Yeah.
for them. I love that.
Because like she saw it's like right above his heart, right? Or somewhere close. Yeah. He's like, yep, that's your name.
So cute. So cute.
Oh, that was cute. I
Yeah.
tell ya, this whole book is just
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So she already wrote the book about the twins. That's
yeah. Okay,
prelude and
so
interlude, right?
I'm gonna go look and see if it's on Kindle.
They are.
Oh, they are?
Yep, it's a duet.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, so prelude and interlude. Book
So yeah, this
1.
is the first
book
one.
2. Yeah,
I love that cover too. That's
that
pretty.
is pretty.
Where's the second one? Oh, the second one has a guy on the cover. Here's the second one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. They do talk about his niece and the professor. That would be a good one. It's like
Right.
very briefly
Yes.
mentioned.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
There's so many. We could just have like a whole universe of these books.
Yeah, she needs to get on it.
Write some more, please.
Yes.
I think I am going to read those other books too, because like her writing was good. It wasn't like where I couldn't like keep along, And I felt like as much as this is like almost 600-page book, like I was, flying through my Kindle because I was just like, I need to, and the chapters were short, which I appreciate. I always appreciate short chapters because I feel more accomplished when I can get through more chapters.
It definitely makes you want to keep going because you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I could do one more. I could do one more. I'm trying to see how long the other books are. Okay, so it looks like the other two books are each about 300 pages.
Oh, see, that's not bad. That's
So yeah, those combined is the same as
yes,
Maestro.
yes.
It's perfect. Yeah,
So do you
I
want
definitely
to
wanna read
tell them about our pick for next month?
Yes. So next month is our thriller pick. And we decided to go with so many people have been hyping up Frida McFadden.
Oh my
So Katie has a physical copy, so she's gonna hold
Yes.
it up. So we're gonna go with the classic that everyone I feel like has been raving about, but I haven't read anything by this author. Have you?
No, but she's
No.
got like so many books out, and they're
Yeah,
all
people are
Kindle
like
Unlimited.
eating it up.
She's got a new book coming out this week called The Inmate.
Oh.
So like there's just a whole bunch. There's a sequel to this as well, I think. But we're gonna start with this one. and see how we like it. I'm so excited.
Yeah. And it's on Kindle Unlimited.
Yes. And what was the day? March 25th? 28th?
Let's see.
Heck if I remember.
28th.
Yes.
Yep. So March 28th, same time, but we'll be on Katie's channel.
Yes. It seems like this year will be thrillers on my channel, and then probably next year it'll flip flop. It's hey.
Yeah.
Or
we'll have to like do like 2 in a row of thrillers or something so that we can change it up.
Okay, so the author is Frida McFadden. Actually, we can probably put it in the comments, can't we? Yeah, okay. He did.
There.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So excited. I don't know. There's like people say, okay, so I'm going to read this little thing on the back. It says, every day I clean the Winchesters. Winchesters makes me think of Supernatural. Okay, that's where my brain goes. Okay, every day I clean the Winchesters' beautiful house top to bottom. I pick up their daughter from school and I cook a delicious meal for the whole family before heading out to eat alone in my tiny room on the top floor. I try to ignore how Nina makes a mess just to watch me clean it up, how she tells strange lies about her own daughter, and how her husband Andrew seems more broken every day. But as I look into Andrew's handsome brown eyes, so full of pain, it's hard not to imagine what it would be like to live Nina's life. The walk-in closet, the fancy car, the perfect husband. I try on one of Nina's pristine white dresses once, just to see what it's like. But she soon finds out, and by the time I realize my attic bedroom door only locks from the outside, it's far too late. But I reassure myself, the Winchesters don't know who I really am. They don't know what I'm capable of. I'm excited.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, a good thriller. Yep.
Yeah, it's a perfect way to mix it up because you don't know how it's going to end.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm excited. So yeah, that's going to be next month on my channel. So hopefully we will see you all there.
Yes, definitely.
Do we have anything else we want to talk about or anything you guys want to talk about or what have you?
Any final thoughts of the book?
This lovely book.
Yeah, I definitely want to get the physical copy because that is so pretty.
Oh, I mean, if I would have had the physical copy, I think I would have felt like very intimidated to see all this.
Mm-hmm.
But since it was on Kindle, it was all right.
What is BDB? What's BDB?
What's BDB? BDB.
Black Dagger Brotherhood.
Oh.
I'm on Vicious's book right now. Is that like book 5 or 6?
Okay.
Yeah.
Still making your way through the books.
Slowly but surely. I was going really fast and then I was like, I want to savor it. So I'm trying to like spread it out.
I mean, you do have a lot to.
So good. I know.
I still have the book I have to send you. I'm bad. It's over there.
Okay.
I will get it.
Okay. She's hosting casting calls.
Uh-oh.
Wait. Oh my God. Sarah sucks. Gabriel's worst look ever. Yep.
I just think he was born in the wrong family. That poor boy.
I know.
That should be interesting. I wonder if it would be like.
Is it probably like a Netflix show or?
Yeah, like is it going to be like mainstream or is it going to be like to go to like Passionflix or whatever streaming service that is?
I don't know. Well, does Passionflix do TV shows or do they only do movies?
Oh, you know what? I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, she's going to tag you in the Facebook group.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
I guess I need to catch up, huh?
Goodness.
Oh, it is on Passionflix. Okay.
I have never watched anything.
Do it right.
I haven't watched anything on Passionflix. Have you?
I haven't gotten it yet, but most of the people that I've seen that have done it, they said that they feel like it could be more like traditional romance instead of feeling like they have to make it like a show or like a mainstream thing. Yes, it is just for romance.
Yes. Like there's I can't remember the book. What is the book called? Just wait in line. Oh Lord, hold on.
Oh, by Amy Dawes.
Yes.
I know what you're talking about, where she was like waiting in the car
car place.
dealership or
Yeah.
whatever. Yes.
And they did it like almost word for word from the book. So like they really try to stay
Mm-hmm.
with the book and not like take too much away or
Mm.
add too much. So maybe it'll be really good.
Yay.
She did not know. Yes. Go look up. I don't know how much it is a month or
Yeah,
anything.
I don't know. I haven't gotten it yet.
We should get sponsored. I'm just kidding.
Yes.
We will test it out for you.
Yes. Exactly.
Yes, it is like Hallmark, but for smutty books.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
$5.99. That's not bad.
That's
It's less
way
than
better
Netflix.
than everything else.
Yes.
Nowadays. I'll take it.
Not me going to get it tonight just to see what it's about.
Yeah, like I'm kind of curious now.
Yeah.
Because I read that Amy Dawes book and I did like it.
Okay.
What was the other one that was on Passion Flix recently that I feel like people were talking about?
There's another series. Is it like Gabriel's Inferno or something?
Yes.
They just did all those books, I think.
I haven't read that yet. I have book 1 on my shelf somewhere.
I wonder, is that like a billionaire?
Yeah, I think it's kind of like 50 Shades of Grey, kind of. Like a Dom sub thing.
Interesting.
Let's see. Can you like preview it to see like what they have? Apparently Passion Flix has merch. I don't want to look at their merch. I just want to see what they have. Certain images. Yeah. I think as long as J.R. Ward is involved, I feel like it'll be okay. But I don't know. Okay, so they have Passion Flix originals. Oh, I see. The Gabriels.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Wait With Me. This is the one we were talking about. Oh, you can also just do a day pass for $8.
Oh. So if you just want to like watch one movie. So it's like, I mean, it would be like paying for a ticket to see a movie pretty much.
Yeah.
And you can watch as many as you want, I guess. But yeah, here is an article that says Passion Flix asks fans for Black Dagger Brotherhood casting suggestions.
Oh, look, here's that. You know that Formula One series by Kay Bromberg?
Yes.
Apparently she got one.
Oh, that might be pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely have some good ones on there. I think why do I feel like I remember Megan Quinn saying she was going to have one?
Oh.
But I don't think so, though. I don't know. There's Beauty and the Beast.
Stop.
A Walk to Remember is on there. Okay.
Like the original?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I mean, I guess technically it's passion-y, maybe?
Yeah. Oh, they do have series also, not just movies. Yeah.
Interesting.
The more you know.
Well,
I'm excited.
I might have to like just go in there and see.
Yeah.
What's there. But I do have that one book, the Amy Dawes book, so
yeah,
I mean,
it was good. I liked it.
Books. I just haven't got to it yet. It's fine. It's fine. I just put my TBR up today, so I'm excited. I have to finish the book I'm reading now, which is the Adriana Locke one. I only have like a little bit left, but I'm really enjoying it. I like her writing, so I'm definitely going to read more from her.
Yay.
So, but I think once I'm done that, I'm going to start with the book that you gave me to read, which is Anything Ray Touches. So we'll see.
You're going to love it.
Oh, I hope. I like that it said reverse Grumpy Sunshine, which
yeah, it's definitely like Black Cat, Golden Retriever.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah, and they have history together that you don't know about. And there's really good mental health representation. That's my favorite part about Holly Cast and her writing.
Okay.
I think she's actually a therapist too, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, she does really good with mental health representation. So I think
good.
That's why I wanted to recommend that one for you, because I feel like you'll like that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. But yeah, I have other. You'll have to go and see my TBR if you want to see what other books I picked for this month. But it is posted. But I'm excited for this month, especially because of the thriller. Always love a good thriller.
Yes.
So.
Oh my gosh. I'm done. Yeah, right. No. You're definitely the grumpy one. The fact that you only gave this a 3-star
Oh,
shows
my
that you're
heart.
the grumpy one.
That should be illegal. It's at least a 4-star book from everybody.
Yeah, he was like, it was too long. I'm like, but they finally got together.
Yeah, like I don't even know if I would have taken anything out. Like I just enjoyed the whole journey of it. Like feeling really upset when like I found out about certain people, like the grandfather and the stepmom and
It took
Sarah,
you for
and
a
just
ride.
yeah,
It
but
was
it was good.
necessary.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm glad we picked it.
Yes, this was a good one for sure.
Yeah,
If you
I
guys
don't know
have
how
any
we're gonna top it.
recommendations
Yes, if you guys
for
ever have any,
future ones,
yeah,
let us know.
because I would even reread a book, and I don't reread books, so but I totally would, just to like refresh the memory and talk about it. So
Yeah, and then we can like dive deeper into
yeah,
it.
because it's hard, like when you're just like if we're doing videos and we only talk, we can only bring so much, but when there's two people, like you picked up things that I didn't pick up on, and it's just like,
Yes.
oh, I didn't even think.
Yeah, it
So
definitely helps. I love rereading books though. I do it all the time.
Indigo by Beverly
That's a
Jenkins.
historical romance.
Oh, you're getting me again with the historical. To be fair, I've never read one,
Do you
but it's
watch
just
Books with Samantha? Do you watch her channel?
sometimes, like if they do a lot of historical, I kind of like, I don't watch all their
Mhm.
videos, but
She has a pretty good mix, but that's like her like die-hard favorite book of all time. She even like
okay.
did a video where she had her dad read it, and
Oh,
even he liked it.
interest. Okay, so I have so I've never read historical, but I did like buy one on a whim, and I don't even know where it's at. It's gone. It's fine. So my question is, I know you have, so like, do they write and like speak in the books like they did back in the day? Like that it's set? Probably so. That would probably make sense, Katie. But like,
Like it definitely depends on the author. So I haven't read a lot of historical romance. I'm still like kind of new to historical romance, I would say. But the one that I kind of started with that I think helped me get into it is from Joanna Shoup. Let me see if I might be able to get it. So that one takes place in America, and it's like more so like it's like newer historical. I think it was like maybe late 1800s, early 1900s. It's not
yeah,
like medieval or like Renaissance.
right.
You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
feel like that one wasn't that bad.
Okay.
Plus, I feel like when it's set in America, it's better versus when it's like the European ones, and you have like sometimes it could sound like too stuffy.
Yeah, I think that was just my my question. Like, is it gonna sound like, my lady, thou art, And I'm like,
Sometimes
no.
they do.
Okay, so it's just okay. Well, I
Yeah.
can try. I can
I
try.
usually like flip to read like the first couple pages or like the first
Yeah.
chapter just to see like what writing style the author uses.
Okay. I don't even
But
know
like
what that book
Indigo
is.
by Beverly Jenkins, I think that's like in the Civil War era or
Okay.
like after the Civil War,
I'm trying to see. Let's
something
see.
like that. So that
Indigo.
one's not that bad. I think it has to do with like the Underground Railroad
Oh,
and
okay.
like that kind of stuff, right? Josh, am I right? I do have the book over here. I should just get it. Let me stop being lazy. Okay. Let's see what it says. Yeah, she escaped slavery. She's part of the Underground Railroad. Yeah, this is the one I'm thinking
Okay.
of. So yeah, like this one wouldn't be that bad.
A lot of 5 stars. He said yes. He was yes.
Okay. I got it.
But no, I mean that's something we could always try. It should be interesting. My take on a historical,
Yeah,
because
because
I
you
just
like Bridgerton, right?
I didn't read Bridgerton.
Oh, but like the show.
Yes. Oh, I love Bridgerton the show. Now, I
Yeah.
tried to read the books. I'm like, I just can't get into this because I bought the books
Really?
after the show, and
Hmm.
that's probably what I did wrong. I watched the show, then went to read the books, and I'm like,
Yeah, I
not the
haven't read
same.
the books either.
But I do love Bridgerton. I love myself some Duke, the
See?
Duke of Hastings. I think he got recast actually.
What?
I think. I thought I saw an article where like he got recast for
They
this
can't do
season.
that.
Yeah, and like she's not coming back. Daphne. Is that her name?
Oh. Well,
I'm
I'm
trying to
mad at her
remember.
right now anyway.
But
I'm still on season 1.
I am like beyond excited for this season. For Penelope oh my gosh, I'm excited.
I love Penelope. I already love her.
I'm excited. I'm ready.
Oh, sometimes the Scottish historicals will include. Okay. Have I read? I don't think I've read a Scottish one yet.
No, and I've watched some of like Outlander, but I mean, other than that, I'm like I said, I don't do historical, but
Yeah.
I will watch the shows. I'll watch the shows.
We'll
Oh,
have to find one.
yeah. Not gonna read Outlander though. It's like huge.
No, that's too much.
That would be like the only book I read from that whole month. I'm like,
Yeah.
nah.
It would take a whole year to read everything.
Oh my goodness, probably.
Yeah.
Well, anything else? Or are we good?
I think that's all I got.
Okay. But like I said, really enjoyed this one. So like, cause I gave her a list. I was like, there's these books from like my 12 books of like, cause I went to your comment and you're like, I haven't read this, this, and this. I was like, okay, let's pick. And you're like, let's do that one. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
He picks the 600-page book, but okay.
It's fine.
Yes, it was like, it didn't take me long to read it.
It was worth it.
Yeah. I
Worth
loved
it. It was
it.
very rewarding.
Yes, because now I found one of my like new all-time favorite reads, and I don't know which one I love more now, this one or A Love Letter to Whiskey. I have
I still need to read that.
a type apparently because they're very much right person, wrong time vibes for both. So
Which one do you think is like more intense?
okay. I'm like really trying hard here. I think this one. So
Okay.
A Love Letter to Whiskey.
So I can handle that one.
If you read it, I read the original and not the 5-year anniversary, which has his point of view in the book as well. So there's two versions. There's like the black and white cover, which has her on the cover, and it's just purely her point of view. And then she came out 5 years later with the like it's a white cover and it's like got gold on the cover.
Yeah. I
And
didn't know it had different chapters in it.
it's like the same book as the beginning, and then at the end, he comes on. He's like, hold up. This is what was really happening during all those. And he tells his side of things.
Oh, I didn't know
So,
that.
I haven't read that one. I only read the one with just her point of view. So I guess I need to. So right now, I would say this one is more like, oh my gosh, I wanted to like really just, because that book, it had its moments, but like there wasn't any like are they gonna die? You know, like you knew they were getting
Okay.
together. Like
Okay.
you know there's an HEA going in. It's just
Okay.
like getting there.
Got it.
I
Okay.
have a type. I have it. I love the angst. Give me
You just
the
want to be
angst.
wrecked.
I do. Not like I have enough of it in my own life. I want to live it in my
Yes.
books as well.
Yes. Exactly. We
You
all
need
want
all
the
your
drama, just not in our lives,
Right.
in others'
Yeah.
lives.
I will vicariously live through those people's drama.
Yes, that's what
But
we want.
you just read one of my favorites, which was Court of Mist and Fury.
Yes.
Did you like
Yes.
it?
Oh my god. It was so good.
I know.
And, like, I'm not usually a slow burn fan, but the slow burn, I
Oh,
was
it's
like,
worth it.
"Ah."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, he touched her cheek." I was like, "Oh, he."
Or he'll, like, talk to her through, like, the connection they have.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was so good.
I
It was so
know.
good.
Yeah.
She still annoys the hell out of me sometimes. Like,
Okay.
I I don't know what it is about her, but, like, I'll see people do, like, video reviews about her, and they're like, "Oh, I just love, like, she's such a strong female character, I love her." But, like, there are some chapters that I'm reading, I'm just like, "Really?" I don't know what it is, but is it Rysand? Rysand.
Rezand. Yeah. What are
Rysand.
you doing that face for?
I don't like pronouncing it that way, but I know I have to because of the Reese
Yes.
shortening, but
Yeah.
it doesn't sound right when I say it
I
anyway. He
think
makes the book.
when I first read the book, when I first read Akatar, I think I was like Rysand or something. I did it that way too. And I'm like, that sounds really weird. And then
Yeah,
like in the back, she had like pronunciations and it was like Reese. And I was
Reese.
like, okay,
Yeah,
that makes more
Rysand.
sense. But
He's
yeah, so
amazing.
you start off like Tamlin, you're like, okay. You end book one, you're like, Tamlin and her, we're great. Okay. You start
Mhm.
book two, you're like, die, Tamlin,
Yeah,
die.
you're literally the worst.
Yeah, and then she leaves and finds the whole newfound family and everyone's great. And then by the end of the book, again, you're like, die, Tamlin, die. Like, what are you doing? But they're good.
Yeah,
They're so good.
so good.
So are you gonna continue? Or are you gonna keep going?
Yes.
Okay.
I have all the books, but I didn't realize the series wasn't over.
No, we've been waiting forever because she like won't. She keeps going back to Crescent City and doing all those books, and I'm like, I don't read
So am
Crescent
I supposed
City.
to and I didn't realize that the series were all connected. So,
I
like, how am I
so
supposed
I
to
don't read Crescent City. And from what I heard that it's not like a you have to.
Okay.
Like the only big thing is like, yeah, oh, I don't know. It's a spoiler. I
Oh,
don't want to say anything. But look away, look away. Like if you haven't read them. But like it's just they're all based in the same universe. That's really like that's what people
okay.
discovered in like Crescent City 2, I think. The book like they went through a portal and then they were in like Valaris and Reese was
Oh.
like, I'm Reese, and that was like the only part that he's in the book.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, and I haven't read Throne of Glass either. So,
That series is just so intimidating. It's
it's
so
so long.
long.
It's too they're over on my shelf and they're pretty, but that's just where they're probably going to stay for a long time.
Now,
The
I know
whole
absolutely nothing about Throne of Glass. My theory, though, after reading the second book, you know how in the second book they had to interact with, like, the queens of the human world?
Mhm.
And they kept talking about, like, the queen that wasn't there
Oh yeah.
or something, so I'm like, is that how Throne of Glass is connected?
I don't know.
That's my theory, but I have
Hmm.
never seen anything about Throne of Glass ever, so
Like I
I have
know
no
some
idea.
characters. Like I know some characters in Throne of Glass, but
Yeah.
no, like I know she's an assassin or something, but that's
I don't
really
know how it ties in.
I don't know. But I just need a new Akatar book. I'm
Yeah, because I really
I
wanna continue, but I'm like, is it like a cliffhanger? Does the last
no,
book end on a cliffhanger? Okay, okay.
nope,
Then I'll be
you're
fine.
good. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, like if they wanted to end, I feel like she could end it with book 5.
Okay.
Um People would be upset because like I know that everyone wants everyone to have a book. So
Yeah.
like Nesta and Cassian's book is book 5. Um and I know like people want Elaine to have a book and like Asriel to have a book, so
Yeah, that's fair.
but for the most part it ends with like it could end with just that and it'd be fine. No
Okay, then
cliffhanger.
I can deal with
Yeah.
that.
Like each book pretty much ends. Look, I guess book 2 is really the only like cliffhangery book
Mhm.
because like okay, she's going back, but you don't know what's gonna happen. Well, yeah, that's all I'm saying. Because I don't you haven't read book 3 yet, but you
Right?
know that she goes back with Tamlin. So
Yeah.
you're like, what's yeah. I'm not gonna say anything else.
So much to read. Not
Oh, I
enough
know, and so
time.
little time. So little me. I need like 2 of me.
Yeah.
3. Well, probably more than 2. It,
Yeah. We
it's
should be
bad.
able to read as a full-time job, then it'd be fine.
Oh my gosh, yeah, if I didn't have to go to work every day and I could just read,
Yeah. That's the life.
I would do it. I don't know if I would I've always thought, like, if YouTube would be a thing, well, I know it is a thing, I know people do it full time, but, like,
Yeah.
it's hard to, like, get to that level, like, because I would want to make sure that I would be getting off YouTube what I get, now from my job, and it would take a lot.
That's a lot,
It
yeah.
Yeah, um, so
Like Gabby Reed's level.
yes, it's like yeah, I'm thinking that was never gonna be. So I'm happy with my like 900 subscribers for now because I'm more than I ever thought I would get.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just fun to,
yeah,
have people to talk about books with.
yeah, because I don't have anyone else in my real life to talk about with books.
Mhm.
Me and my sister, but we read very differently.
Mhm.
So I mean, she does like romance, and so she'll read the books that are like the titles would be like grumpy billionaire's secret baby and like
Uh-huh.
I'm like, "What?" There's that you already know what the book's about. There it is, right in the
Yeah.
title. You don't even need to read it. I'm just
Yeah. Gotta
she's
make
like
it searchable.
yeah, she's like, "You gotta read one of my books." I'm like, "I just don't know." I
Yeah, it's just
but yeah.
there's just so many options, it's hard.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanna read everything.
We will eventually, hopefully. I need to stop buying books. That's my thing. I could read if I would just read what I
Yeah.
buy.
Yeah.
Be
Grumpy
amazing.
baby who is also a secret millionaire. If you write that book, I would read it.
There you go. So, I do it. I wanna read Grumpy baby, secret fiance,
Yeah.
half brother, sister, neighbor's friend, or something. It's like always one of those.
Yeah.
Oh my. But
Good
yep, that's what
times.
she reads compared to what I read. So, oh, okay. I think we're good.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining. And we'll see you next month, March 28th, with
Yes.
our thriller pick,
Yep.
The Housemaid by Frida McFadden.
On my channel.
Yes, Katie's channel.
Yep.
Alrighty, thanks guys.
Bye.
Bye.